decided on the back of our property to put, we have 3 apple trees. The hope is to kind of keep the deer away from our trees down by the house. So far we've had good luck. I was curious about this fencing because it's just the chicken wire, but so far deer have not touched it. So we'll water these and then we're gonna go get some firewood. So here's some of the firewood that we have cut up so far. This is a tree that we downed, I think last summer. And this is only part of it. This is the side that landed into the hayfield. I've got to come back up and split some of this. There's absolutely no way I can even hardly roll these things. And there's the stump. And when my wife loads it in our 4Runner, I'm going to go back there. I don't know if you can see. And I'm going to work on cutting that up. That's the other part of it. And that's the hay field. This year we're not going to hay it. We're trying to figure out what to do with it. I know that in August, supposedly anyway, we have a guy coming. And you can't really see the spot. Oh yeah, down where you see the white flowers. We're going to have a pond dug down there. It's got a year-round spring that kind of comes out the side of the hill. So we're going to see if we can't get a pond, put some bass fish. And there's the old homestead. So we'll try to get a pond in there this year. Other than that, we're thinking maybe cows or goats or sheep or something, or a combination of them. So I'm gonna go back, do some cutting, and we'll check in a little bit. This is basically just a firewood. We're gonna try to spend about a half a day at least getting firewood. I got the saws sharpened up, and I don't film that kind of stuff. You'll notice in my videos I don't really film me doing things. There's just too much like critical people on YouTube, you might say, and they feel that you got to be a pro at everything. So that I don't do. This is our firewood for today. Not bad. This is about 2.5 loads using a 4Runner. So kind of impressed with how much a 4Runner will carry. And we haven't even started to hit the actual trunk of the tree yet. Even these big ones, this is all limbs so far. We're not too choosy on wood here. We burn the limbs, everything. And this isn't even all the limbs. We probably have about twice as much more up there waiting to come down. So we threw up this garden fence. The garden's pretty empty as of now. I don't think we'll do much with it this winter, or this summer rather. We have a couple blackberries. The plan is eventually this will all be just nothing but berries. Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. We have some kiwi plants. This year, just kind of an experiment, we did some strawberries. But we moved the fence, and so we made this place bigger. So we're actually on our way. We're gonna go get some more blueberry plants. So that we have, because so far here we've got 1, 2, 3, so our rows only have 3s, but the fence used to stop here, Now we pushed it clear over, so we got more space. But we've got a row of raspberries that's going to go clear across, then a row of blueberries, then we have another row of raspberries. We've been having a hard time. Oh, then we got a second row of blueberries. But we've been having a hard time with, I thought they were moles, but I'm told that they're voles. I guess voles are bigger than moles. But like this marionberry, they dug underneath it and ate the roots. I'm hoping with this guy here that they left enough roots. But I've been trapping the crap out of them. I think I've gotten 7 voles out of here so far. I got a few tomato plants. It kind of was more of an experiment. So we didn't remove any of the grass, as you can see. Next year I think we'll get a little bit more onto the garden. But the snow here, and remember we're up in northern Idaho, the snow's left too late, so we couldn't even get in here. People were already planning other places and we were still battling snow. So the property kind of way back up in here we cleared. We have yet to fence it. We're going to fence it out, but that's going to up in there become our orchard. It gets a lot of sun. And we've been collecting orchard plants, trees. This is an osoberry. We have 2 of those somewhere. Can be. Osoberry. There's the other osoberry. What other stuff do we have? We have a cherry plum. Aronia. And then I got 2 of these soap plants. Soapweed. And the guy that we got them from, they make all their own laundry soap out of soapweed. And I guess with soapweed, the roots just keep spreading, and you just kind of keep them in an area. You harvest the roots, throw the pieces back that you don't need, and they just keep growing. But they make all their own soap with soapweed, so kind of excited to do that. I know our 2 kids, no matter what soap we use, they seem to get rashes from their clothes. So kind of excited to try the soapweed. Here we have an English walnut, another English walnut, and another aronia, and those are just poplars. Here's an Oregon hazelnut. There's a red currant, another Oregon hazelnut, a pink currant, gooseberry, black velvet gooseberry, Japanese wineberry, it's a pear tree, chokecherry, mulberry, chokecherry, a Wallace cherry, another Wallace cherry, rum cherry, so we got all these trees. We're just waiting. We keep them in here until we can get a fence up. We got a lot of deer here, and I think we planted something like 80 trees, kind of just on the back of the property. Most of them got eaten by deer. We planted some out along the main road to block it off. We planted some poplar there, and the mice got to those, and they just eat them down. So then in this box here we have kiwi. There's 5 kiwis, and then another soapweed. So the thing with kiwi is you can't sex them, but you got to have a male and a female plant. So we got 5 of them in the hopes that we got a pretty good mix. And those, since they're climbing, we got to find an area, maybe up along the fence, that they can climb. I know the guy that we got them from, he had a 10-foot trellis, and they had scaled the whole entire trellis. So that's our garden area. We tore this fence out so that we could extend our garden. This is where we had the goats and sheep, but I think this whole entire fence is going to come out, and we're going to push kind of our yard clear back into the trees. And our ducks and our turkeys, eventually we're going to put a fence on the outside, and this whole contraption here will come down. These turkeys will only be around till November. Then they go into the freezer. Ducks we're gonna keep. And then a project that I would hope to get to eventually is back here. We have an old root cellar. It actually looks worse than it is. It's actually in pretty good shape. I think some of the trees need to come down though. But one winter, the old owners that lived here, they had a bear that wintered the whole winter in that place. Oh, there's Mittens, our cat. She's pregnant and about ready to have kittens. Actually, she looks pretty thin. I'd question if she's already had them somewhere. But yeah, we're gonna get all that brush there cleared out. The goats did a lot of it, but I'd like to see all this with more grass. Kind of expand our yard a bit. Broken glass everywhere. I cut my hand bad the other day, right there on the thumb actually. Digging in a vole hole, I found me a piece of glass. And then over here, temporarily, we have our 2 black belly sheep and our goat. So this is a brother and sister, the sheep. I kind of wanted to keep them, but being their brother and sister and not fixed, I can't keep them. So these 2 might go in the freezer come November. And then this guy, we're not sure. We might take him to my mom's field. He gets pretty loud, so I have a feeling when the other 2 go, he's gonna get pretty loud. But we put him back here just temporarily about a week ago, because there's nothing but weeds, and they have just decimated the food supply in here. So probably sometime this week, we're talking about moving their fence and putting it up where you can kind of see the brush behind our orchard. Because eventually we want to push the orchard back up that hill. So that's all for now. We do little projects here and there. Kind of seems to never get anywhere, but I did get some mowing done finally. So, well, I'll post an update later.